You know, this is what amazes me, man. Why the hell would anyone deploy Hillary Clinton as a surrogate? There is absolutely no one who doesn't want to projectile vomit every time she shows up who is not voting for Joe Biden anyway. Right. What advantage is there? You know that she is like a caricature of everything people hate about the liberal class. Why would you let her be a surrogate for you? So Hillary, having learned nothing at all from her loss to a game show host, pulled another basket of deplorables on the Jimmy Fallon show. So let's see what she said.
But it's Biden versus Trump.
Yes,
we know that.
It is. It is.
What do you say to voters who are upset that those are the two choices?
Get over yourself. Those are the two choices.
Yeah, love that.
Right? And
good.
You know, it's kind of like one is old and effective and compassionate, has a heart, and really cares about people. What? And one is old and has been charged with 91 felonies.
Yeah, okay.
I mean,
okay, interesting.
I don't understand why this is even a hard choice, really. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
But we have to go through the election, and hopefully people will realize what's at stake, because it's an existential question. What kind of country we're going to have, what kind of democracy we're going to have. And people who blow that off are not paying attention, because it's not like Trump, his enablers, his empowerers, his allies are not telling us what they want to do. I mean, they're pretty clear about what kind of country they want.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
get out there and vote.
The Taliban.
Yeah, this is so you're
no, this is what I said earlier on our show. I'm like, yeah, they're clear that they want to go after people like you, as they should.
Yeah,
they should. By the way,
yeah,
you know, yeah.
Oh, they want to get rid of the deep state ghouls that support the kind of agenda that you support. You're saying this at a moment when Joe Biden, right 5 minutes after the United States finally dropped its objection, not even supported it, dropped its objection to allowing the Security Council to vote for a ceasefire after all the other member nations had wanted to vote for one for months already. You send 2,000-pound bombs in the middle of a genocide to that country, and you're arguing that this is the moral choice?
Get over yourself,
to keep Joe Biden in office? Well, in that whole formulation, like, she is such a fucking disgusting elitist. This is not long after I think she lost the election. She went on, I can't remember whose show. Keaton will probably remember.
Back when she proved women can't do it?
She went on and said, well, the places where I won are the places where the economy is the most dynamic.
What?
Where there's the most concentration of wealth. They're the wealthiest areas. She bragged about that.
What a sack of
Kate,
shit.
You remember what she said that on?
I remember that. Yeah, no, I don't remember the forum, but I do remember she said that. This whole formulation is just insane. She says, one is old and has a heart. Yeah, has a heart. One is old and has facilitated the slaughter and starvation of the Palestinian people. And one is old and said, Russia, if you're listening, can you find the emails? Like, in the world she's living in is the world where people give a shit about these 91 charges.
Yeah,
like,
that's it.
No one fucking cares about the 91 charges. Like,
they're bullshit charges.
That doesn't even enter my mind. I don't even think about that. I think about that never. It is a parallel reality that these people live in, where anyone gives a fuck that he's been charged with these things. No one cares. No one cares what he'll do to scum of the earth pieces of shit like you when he's president. No one's gonna cry any tears if he fucking. I'm
gonna cry if he doesn't. I'm gonna cry if he doesn't. I'm gonna be like
Eric Swalwell
Patton Oswalt lesbian. No.
Keaton was just gonna go.
If he investigates Eric Swalwell for the Chinese spy shit, if he press charges against you, nobody's gonna give a shit about that, right? I mean, all this thing. Oh, well, he's a fascist. Yeah, you know what? Bring on a little bit of fascism. Fascism would do you a lot of good. Yeah, it would do a lot of good. You know what? Most of these people don't belong in prison anyway. So, like, that's not, like, I'm not really afraid of that. In fact, that is kind of a selling point when you think about it.
It's number one good point.
Yeah, that's his best quality. His best quality is that he's going to possibly sick his DOJ on people like you, which he probably is not. This is probably wishful thinking on my part because he had a chance to do it already and he didn't. But no, this is the world they live in where these are the stakes. And even that thing, get over yourself, as if
I'm with her.
Nothing of importance is at stake for ordinary people. This is all just people picking and choosing who they like versus who they don't. It's a big popularity contest. Right. Politics is all about self-expression of your own virtue anyway. So get over yourself because there's not a young, sexy candidate like Barack Obama in the race this time. Just choose from what's available. It's no difference to you anyway. That's the implication. That's the subtext of this. And given the forum, she's probably right. I can't imagine anybody with real problems in their life watching Jimmy Fallon at midnight on a weekday.
Or so I can't imagine doing it at all unless I work there. And then even then I leave early.
Keaton told me the other day he was kind of depressed. I was like, well, what's the matter, Keaton? He was like, nobody's ever really clipped us and attacked us before. I think I can fix that. Keaton Weiss supports fascism on Jimmy Dore show.
I mean, lock her up, I support.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit of fascism, I think, would do the country some good.
A little bit goes a long way. No, Franco said that.
I hope Trump scoops
a little fascism goes a long way. Generalissimo Francisco Franco.
What's the argument against
well,
it?
Actually, you know what?
We have it currently.
That is the problem. That is the problem because democracy, so-called, is no longer functioning. So you already have a kind of fascism. So you're choosing your flavor of fascism. You're choosing rainbow fascism. You're choosing virtue signaling, drag shows for toddlers fascism versus the more traditional, theocratic overtones, shiny black boots variety instead of, shiny 6-inch heel variety version of fascism.
Yeah.
So that is why so many people are turning to Donald Trump. Look, I know you got.
If Trump investigates Nancy Pelosi for insider trading, which he might not be able to do because, as Shahid Buttar told us, there's a carve-out in the law that apparently allows it. But let's say they investigate it, right? Is that a bad thing to do? Of course, Rachel Maddow. Oh, fascism is here. He's investigating his opponents. Well, I mean, is the average person going to take issue with that? I certainly won't.
Well, and is that even fascism? The thing is, fascism's already here. So, anyone framing it as this is democracy versus fascism is privileged enough to feel that the system is serving them. So they think democracy is still functioning because they're getting what they're voting for. Right. Yeah. But the majority of people are not. And that's why they're turning away from it. Look, a guy like Donald Trump, whatever you think of him, whether you love him, hate him, whatever, it is absurd on the face of it that if we had a functioning democracy, Donald Trump would ever have been the president. We don't have a functioning democracy. That's why he was the president.
It wasn't because
That's why he's very likely to be the president again.
Yeah.
It wasn't because we didn't get over ourselves.
That's yeah.
Hey, now do you think she carries
get over yourselves? Like ego is what's keeping you from wanting to vote for Biden. Your ego is too big that you can't bring yourself to vote for an old, unattractive man. That you want someone who more fully represents you as a person, how you envision yourself. That's not where most people are coming from when they are choosing how to vote or whether to vote at all. Most people have real problems. That's why the economy and the border are number 1 and 2 on just about every voter's list. It's not Donald Trump's bullshit 91 felony counts that only the people in this audience even know what the fuck they are.
Right.
You know what I promise you people care about more than the felony counts? When Biden apologized for calling that guy that killed that girl illegal. That's some shit that's going to stick in people's craws.
It will, yes.
Right for a long time.
So here,
as it should.
Here we have one tweet responding. Hillary Clinton's resounding endorsement of RFK Jr., albeit inadvertent and by omission. 70% of American voters polled say they're disappointed at the very least by having to vote for 2020 leftovers again. I don't think they're the ones who need to get over themselves. And here's another one. Maybe, just maybe, Hillary Clinton, the woman whose Pied Piper strategy failed so hard, she lost to the twice divorced, 6 times bankrupt reality TV Barker opponent she picked for herself, let's not forget that,
Yeah, right.
should learn some humility and get over herself.
Trump is her Hamas that she supported.
I mean, Hillary Clinton is a
We must prevent. We must support Trump to prevent a deplorable state. Oh,
Hillary Clinton going get over yourselves about citizens wanting more than 2 criminals running for president perfectly captures the American government. They do not give a fuck about any of us, and they sure as hell don't bat an eye at participating in genocide. Well said. George Carlin, that's in one of his most famous routines. He said, these people don't care about you at all.
and that was back when they kind of
and that was when they kind
of did back then compared to now.
I mean, they were still a little scared. They were still a little scared of the people. And it's scared enough to throw them a few crumbs.
Now, do you think she still carries hot sauce in her? I always thought that she carried the hot sauce. I know you thought she was phony, but I thought it was so she could dump it in Bill's condoms so some hoe don't fish it out the trash to make a clout baby.
Maybe. Keaton, anything?
No, Kirk keeps peppering these things in at the end. That mean, hot sauce in a condom.
You know about Drake?
Interesting idea.
You remember Drake got sued by some hoe he brought home that she took the condom out of the garbage, put it in herself to try to have a baby, didn't know he had already put hot sauce in the condom. You don't know about this?
No, I don't.
No.
Oh, man, I follow all the good stuff.
Yeah.
Can you imagine your lifestyle that you have to think like that?
Well,
I put hot sauce in this condom. Can you imagine your life that you had to actually plan ahead where the person you're going to be intimate with might do that and you have to burn their vagina to keep Could Hillary have been doing that for Bill? That's all I'm asking.
I mean, that is a rule to live by. Any woman you feel like you have to dump hot sauce in the condom is a woman you shouldn't be with.
You just don't do it, Drakey.
You just don't do it.
Hey, there's still tickets available in Stockholm, Oslo, Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, Cortland, New York, Oakmont, Pennsylvania, El Paso, Texas, San Antonio, Texas, Edmonton, Alberta, Vancouver, British Columbia, Denver, Ashland, Virginia, and Athens, Georgia. See you there.